it's Ed Weigel. What the hell is all this noise, you ask? It's the Mosh Jelton Show, and you'll just have to deal with it.
Turn the sound up. You're now live with the Mosh Jelton Show. Tampa Bay's #1 podcast show.
Hey, you're listening to the Methamphetamine Hour, also known as the Mosh Jelton Show. This your boy Johnny B from 102.5 The Bone. This is the show I listen to when I think about hitting people.
What's up? This is Will Coons from the Johnny B Show on 102.5 The Bone, and you are currently listening to the Mosh Jelton radio show.
Yo, I'm trying to get to my siren because Mike set me up different. There it is, Mike. Put stuff back where you find it, Mike.
Did I leave it in the wrong place?
Nah, but it's dope. You got Weigel stuff on there?
Yeah, for the after show.
Oh, he's got that in there. So he can play the beat, and then you just throw the Ed Weigel.
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
Oh! The Mosh Jelton After Party Show pops off Wednesday night from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. But real quick, what's poppin'? It's your boy Mosh Jelton. It is Monday night, and that means it's 8 o'clock, and that means it's the Mosh Jelton Show. We are the #1 alternative talk radio show in the Tampa Bay area, and we're getting down tonight from 8 to 10 p.m. live. I am your host for this evening, though. My name is Mosh Jelton, and with me I have my co-host,
Beatbox Bob.
And with me and Beatbox Bob tonight, per usual, we have the effervescent as well as distinguished
Mike E.
La 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 la. And boy, oh boy, do we have a crazy show tonight? You know, we're gonna throw it a little unorthodox. We're gonna switch some stuff up. You never know what's gonna happen. We don't know what's gonna pop off. I have some games. I've got some clips. We might use them. We might not. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a wild show. I'm gonna try to call Medicine Man, I believe, and we're definitely gonna talk about something crazy that happened with some animals in my front yard last night. So it's gonna be a wild show. You're not gonna want to miss it. But before we get into the show, let's just shout out the people that keep us going. A big shout out to DJ Eddie Valiant of Valiant Night Records. Shout out to Scott's Anytime Bail Bonds. Big ups to Eastman Lawn Care and big ups to Monster Mouse Fitness. Shout out to More Seasoning. More Seasoning is what I said there. More Seasoning. That's the YouTube channel by Farnham Tampa. And shout out to Brett's Barbershop. Now, I want to let you guys know, you guys are listening to the show, but you guys can be listening on Radio St. Pete Online. That's 96.7 FM's Radio St. Pete Online. We're also broadcasting from the Internet Radio Network with Mike Peter, and you can check us out and join the chat at themoshjeltonshow.com. So those are our shout-outs, and we would also like to shout out
Johnny B, cat named Mo, 102.5 The Bone. Shout him out.
Believe that. Those are our dogs. We getting down. Beatboxy Bob.
Moshy Jelton.
Why does Mike always get up in the beginning of the show?
Hey, you know, he's just making sure everything's going good. He's our tech guy, man. He's watching.
What do you think could have messed up that I wouldn't have caught? You were checking to see whether the simulcasts were playing correctly?
Yeah, because you just said it, so it made me think about it.
It made you think about it.
Yeah.
All right. Sometimes when you walk over here, it kind of disturb. You know, it doesn't disturb me.
That's
but
why I was leaning over.
As soon as you get up from your chair, you're on a professional radio show. You get up from your chair, but you are the tech guy, and I do trust what you do.
Good.
We fire him over that or no?
Absolutely, you're fired.
You're fired, Mike. Get up. No, don't get up. Don't get up. We need you, Mike. Stop.
For the love of God.
Jeez, he almost actually got up and left. Oh, it's been a crazy day, man. Crazy week. I had a better day today. It is Tampa Bay. It's nice and sunny out there, nice and 93 to 96 degrees.
Oof.
Working your ass off if you're cutting grass. If you're out there and you're working that hot stuff, I feel for you. I'm really empathetic for your situation. And for 19 cents a day, you guys can support someone who works outside. Just send it to the Mosh Jelton Show, and we will make sure somebody who works outside gets that 19 cents a day. I work outside. Beatbox Bob, you've had a good weekend. It's Monday.
Yeah, I have. I've been settling into the new job. Been working on an unreasonably large amount of hours, but I'm killing it, and I'm having a good time doing it.
Hell yeah, man. Unreasonable hours, but if you're killing it and you're having a good time, I think we can square that.
Yeah, I think so, too.
So can we get free food yet?
No, actually, not even employees get free food yet.
Damn. We need that free food. Is it food gas that where you're working?
Oh, my God, it's the best.
Do you mind saying where you're working out loud?
Sam's on the beach in Hudson. Bro,
I'm telling you, all of the food there is excellent. It's a squeaky clean place, and the service is top notch, bro.
You've been to Sam's on the beach, right?
Yeah, a few times.
It's fire. I've
Yeah.
had fried pickles from there.
Bro, their fried pickles made from scratch, breaded right there, ready to rock, dude. It's fire.
You can tell how in the zone I am right now, right?
100%.
When I get like this, everybody knows it's about to get lit. Watch out, Mosh is ready. I'm ready tonight, partly because I didn't have to work 8 hours in the sun today. I had some time,
Nice.
and I spent a little bit of time on me. And I said, you know what? These shows got to be good, and in order for these shows to be good, I got to be popping. I got to be feeling good, and if I'm feeling good, then the show's feeling good, and we're all feeling good.
Did you do a spa day?
I did not do a
No.
spa day.
Where they come in, they rub your feet. You wear the white, what is that? What's that thing you wear?
Robe.
A robe. Yeah,
Robe.
and the robe and slippers, and yeah, you just might you might do that.
Mani-pedi.
Yeah.
I wanted to derail you by saying that white thing, and then I was going to make a joke, but that would have compromised what you had going on because I had no idea whether you had a punchline at the end or whatever. So I'm supposed to bear out what you have to say before I jump in, and I just want to let you know that I was conscious of that and I didn't do it.
On the edge of your seat, right? Right.
Are you ready? Are you ready or not? Got me. Yo, so listen, last night, right? It's like that right now. Last night, right, I'm chilling, boom, pow, everything's cool. Now, my neighbor keeps some bowls and dishes of cat food in these ceramic dishes outside. It's really weird, but he keeps them up by my house. And a couple cats come over there, and he's a really good guy. I love this guy, and he brings the food for the cats. Now, frequently, there have been these freakishly adjectives, large toads.
Oh,
Freakish, or they're frogs?
they're toads.
Oh, is it
The cane toads.
Yeah, the ones they're poisonish.
I've been told they're poisonous. They're bigger than your fist put together.
Yeah.
2 fists put together. And I saw one jump at the cat, and the cat went, meow, meow, and I was like, what? And then I saw him jump in the cat bowl and start chowing down.
Yeah.
And I asked somebody, I said, am I supposed to dispatch this thing? And they were like, well, if it's attacking your cats and it's taking their food, then yeah. Because I don't like to dispatch animals unless I really have to.
Sure.
What does that mean?
Unalive. Put
Like-
it on a T-shirt.
Make it no more.
Yeah.
That's what you would call not a that's what she said. When he throws out, put it on a T-shirt and just doesn't skip a beat and keeps moving, that's called money. You know what money is, right?
Sometimes.
Well, money was not what I needed. I needed answers. I needed to know whether or not I should take out this frog or not. They said it's poisonous. I deduced since this frog was poisonous and it was attacking my cats and it was eating the food that I had the right as an American homeowner to defend my ground.
Sure.
So I grab a rock.
Oh, so you went with the rock, dude.
I mean, this rock was twice as big as the rock Cain had when he was about to hit Abel. You know what I'm saying? This rock was huge. This could have took out this Goliath. Wouldn't even need a sling, bro, versus David if he had this rock. I mean, Whitney listen, this rock was big. Now, it was a really big rock, and I'm like, if I hit this frog, no matter how big it is, it's going to explode.
Right. Like a tomato.
And I hit him with a tiny little rock to move him out of the dish, and he jumps on the ground, and I two-handed, Cain style, Cain on Abel style, two-handed, threw it as hard as I could. Wha-boom! Hit the frog on top of him. It crushed its backside, and it looked like cartoonishly its backside from the legs to the middle of his body was sitting indented in the ground.
Oh.
I mean, I caned it.
Like a squished ketchup packet.
Huge rock, bro. I'm talking a 4 brick worth rock, just huge. And I'm like, all right, I got him, but he's not moving. I'm a humane. Let me go. I grab a shovel, flat shovel, and I hit him a couple times with the blade part of it. Dink, dink, dink. I'm getting the rock. I'm getting the frog. Bink, bink. And I'm like, all right, well that looks rough. He should be good. I scoop him up. I carry him from the front all the way to the trash can. I open the trash can. I put this frog from this shovel. I said, wait, let me make sure. What if he's still breathing? And I put him on the ground again, and I take the blade part, and I do one of those last hurrahs.
Yeah.
I hit him 4 more times. I feel like his head might come off. I put him, I get him back on the shovel, lifeless, throw him in the garbage can, shut the lid, turn around. All of a sudden I hear, and I said, you tell me that this frog is still alive and is jumping around after I carried him there with my shovel, limp and dead, and stabbed him a bunch of times. Open up the garbage can. The frog looks like nothing happened, like I never touched him, and he's jumping all around like he had all the life he's ever had.
That's a miracle.
You have an immortal giant frog?
Bro, how did that happen?
Call the government. That's a sticky situation.
Maybe the frogs aren't real.
I'm telling you, I crushed his back. How are you jumping around? Your legs were crushed.
It's another one.
I checked.
It wasn't another one.
I checked the whole. There wasn't a lot in the garbage can, so I dumped it out on its side, and I saw it, and it jumped out, and I said, well, dude, I'm not killing this frog. This frog deserves to live now.
He survived all that.
And as if nothing happened, he scampers across the street full speed like a cat. I look in there for more frogs, no frogs. I literally mauled and committed heinous acts of violence against this frog. And it acted as if nothing happened and ran off.
Resilience. Jesus Christ.
When I say what I did was what I did, I'm not sugarcoating it. I broke this frog, stabbed this frog, almost cut his head, and it's almost as if... And how did he stay on my shovel?
Right.
If he was dead, if he was limp, frogs play dead?
I don't know. What?
Yeah, frogs don't play dead. So I don't know why it would be just lifeless on my shovel. Let me put it in there twice. And then jumps around as soon as it gets in a garbage can?
It was like reincarnated.
You think so?
It's a miracle.
You think the Buddha had something to do with this?
I don't know. You got the Buddha?
Now, which leads me to another question is that, am I allowed to kill frogs in my property?
Yeah.
If they're invasive ones, then yes. But
Yeah.
there is a more humane way than a shovel.
Aren't they all invasive?
No.
Well, the big ones are.
The big ones.
I think the ones that, where they take over and they're poisonous and they kill other animals.
And you said more humane than a shovel.
Yeah.
What is that?
You put them in the freezer.
What? Alive in the freezer?
Yeah, it's actually
It's
recommended.
sexually?
It's actually recommended.
So I'm going to catch a live frog and
Put 'em in
I'm
a
going to
bag.
put him in my freezer and let him freeze to death.
They say it's like a slow, more humane death, I guess.
What about a machete through the brain?
Well, that would be faster, but apparently you're not too good at that.
I didn't have a machete on deck like you psychopath. I bet you open up your doors to your house, there's a machete to the left instead of a baseball bat.
In the umbrella holder?
No, in the machete holder that you installed.
yeah.
Because
That
there's no
one.
more.
Forgot about that one.
Yeah, your umbrella.
Yeah.
And now every time it rains outside, you go into your trunk, you grab your machete, and your wife will be walking next to you, and you swing it like a helicopter over her head, and you're trying to cut through all the rain that's falling onto her.
That's ridiculous.
I can legally hurt frogs that are if you know the answer to this, 727-277-6530. It's the Mosh Jelton Show. Call us up. Let us know if you've had any experiences with these big-ass frogs in Florida. That's 727-277-6530. And, yeah, I didn't know what to do. What would you have done in that damn situation, man? You got a big-ass frog. I don't know what to do.
Well, okay, so like over at my mom's house, there's a frog about the size of a basketball over there, and it's just been causing a ruckus. So my stepdad decided to go ahead and put poison in a separate dish, and the frog, like right when the frog was going to come out, and he kept the outdoor cats actually inside for the night for that reason. And then
They'll kill the cats?
Well, no, but the poison that he put out into a dish.
Oh, the poison will
Yeah, so that's why he took all the cats and put them inside. He wrangled them. It spent him like 3 hours just wrangling the cats alone. And then he put poison out in a dish, and the frog ate it, and he found, you know, the corpse of the frog.
What kind of poison was it?
I'm not sure. Rat poison or something like that.
Probably.
Is it like immediate, like within seconds, or?
Well, if it's cyanide, chances are you're probably dead right away.
Don't they use arsenic or something like that?
I don't know what it is. I think arsenic is like a dated poison, and I think cyanide is a much more recent poison for rats.
Arsenic language transmitted evolutionarily. It's like time itself. I'm about to kill you inevitably. I'm going to ask you about one thing, Beatbox Bob. Don't let me forget. But before I do, you guys, anybody, I'm going to play a clip. Let me know if you saw this online. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Let me know if you saw this clip online.
I'm telling you, I'm getting the fuck off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the fuck off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two fucks, but I am telling.
There's a woman, she's on an airplane, and doesn't look messed up. She looks ready to fly, looks dressed well, and she literally thought she saw something wild. So for context, that's what happened. Have you guys seen this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play the clip in its entirety. I'm telling you what happened is a woman walked from the back of an airplane, and this is everywhere, on social media, on the news, everywhere. That's why it's on the Mosh Jelton show. And she comes from the back, and she's walking to the front. She doesn't seem drunk. She seems dead serious, and this is what she has to say about a flight attendant.
I'm telling you, I'm getting the fuck off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the fuck off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two fucks, but I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real. And you can sit on this plane and you can die with them or not. I'm not going to.
Yo, I wonder if that plane made it.
No.
It didn't?
Well, they had to disembark, and they had to check all of the luggage. They had to take all the luggage off, and then they had to switch crew members. So,
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. Also, Carrot Top was on that flight.
Get out of here.
Yeah. He's the one that told the story. He was like, yeah, we were 40 minutes delayed because of that outburst.
Did he film that? He didn't do this filming. I mean, listen to her. Listen to her voice. Does she sound messed up or not and not serious?
They can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two fucks, but I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real.
Claiming that there's an alien on the plane, bro. Listen, tackle her, bro. Something's wild, bro. I don't, dude. That person was real. It's called a flight attendant. And this is viral. I mean, this right here alone, what is this, TikTok? This alone's got 100,000 views, and this is a weird YouTube short. This is everywhere. People are real. Do you believe there was something? I think she appears that she's not drunk. She kind of sounds like she's not drunk. I think she's drunk and she's being stupid.
Well, what about Ambien? You know,
she may have taken some Ambien.
People take stuff when they're on a plane because they're afraid to fly. I mean, so she might have taken something and she's a little out of it. She was definitely upset. Whatever happened really shook her. You could tell.
I take stuff before every plane flight, but why do you think that went so big, so viral, so quickly? What was the big deal about it?
Oh, the absurdity of the internet, man. There's a lot of different theories out there, bro, talking about how, she saw a reptilian changing form or,
exactly.
Stuff like that. And it's just, the internet goes completely haywire, and anything that becomes a meme, you know what I'm saying? Just anything and everything. Birds aren't real. That guy's not real. Frogs aren't real, Mikey. Just nothing.
Just taken out of context. Somebody said, and with all these reptilian things that you're talking about out there, when someone sees a video like this, they immediately go, all right, this is what it is.
Right. It lines up with my conspiracy.
So do you think she was acting?
No. She was probably genuinely freaked out.
What if it was a distraction?
What do you mean by act? Do you think that she knew what she was doing was untrue and
She was supposed to do that.
By who?
I don't know.
yeah. What do you mean though by that?
Um,
So
Maybe somebody put her up to it for the viral aspect.
well,
It worked.
I mean,
however,
actually, you're not. That's not that's guaranteed to get. She was so good and convincing. To me, it seems genuine but delusional.
Right.
yeah, I was just a theory. I don't necessarily.
If she
think that
was
put up to it.
acting, you need to cast her in everything that there is to be casted right now.
I'm telling you.
She was shaking. You could hear it in her voice.
Some people will microdose before a plane flight, and she might have gotten the mixture a little off.
Went to maxi dose.
Every time I have relations with women, they microdose
That's hilarious.
because I got a micro.
If you left it alone, that would have been even funnier.
I can't leave it alone, and that's why I used to get in trouble in school for it.
I'm with you. That's funny. That's a good save.
I can't leave it alone when you're with me either.
All right, now I'm not with you anymore. That's not funny
Well,
anymore.
then I'm not going to play with it.
No, that's hilarious. You see how you're doing? You're taking me on a roller coaster.
It's funny when I play with it. Roller coaster go up and down.
Yeah, they do.
It's like, well, they do.
They sure do.
They do drop.
Oh, they do drop. That's true.
Speaking of drop. So she's crazy, and
I don't think so.
so what do you think if she's not crazy? You're crazy then?
No, I think that she thinks that she saw something that really scared her, really, shook her to the core.
Shouldn't have been newsworthy though, and every outlet's reporting on it.
But the whole plane, how many, it was probably the video that was the closest that they took, right? I mean, you could hear the guy go, pfft, after she says it. It's kind of funny.
Have you seen The Twilight Zone?
I haven't.
The one with
The Gremlins.
what on the wing?
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
in the Twilight Zone,
The movie, Twilight Zone, the movie, right?
the movie, and
Yeah.
also like the old TV
Yeah.
show and stuff like that. Back in the remakes, everything they've done this trope like 5 times. There's apparently like invisible gremlins that only one guy can see on this plane, and they're just like tearing apart the whole plane and making everything bad, like all the turbulence and like an engine failing and all that. It's just little invisible gremlins, and I feel like that chick might have just watched a little bit too much Twilight Zone. You know what I'm saying?
I've never seen Twilight, but if you're describing it as such, then she probably did.
It's not Twilight the series.
No, Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone.
Are they in any way related?
Twilight? No, not at all. Twilight Zone is like a, what do you call that?
It was a series back in the 60s, wasn't it?
Well, in the 60s, and then they did a remake like 3 different times.
I remember one movie in particular that was on HBO constant. It was always on.
Right.
And, it was 4 different parts.
Right.
Speaking
And-
of HBO, tell me what this is. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. What was that?
Oh, Tales from the Crypt.
Tales from the Crypt is what it was. Check it out. When we come back, Bob's going to run us the news, and we're going to talk about a film that's out that a lot of people aren't playing for some reason, or they're not reporting about it. It's a crazy film. I haven't seen it. I want to watch it. And before we go, I just wanted to remind you guys, July 29th, over at Brennan's Bar in Holiday, Florida, what's popping? The Mosh Jelton show's popping. Our show's going to be there live, and we're hosting a big old shebang. It's going to be myself, Mosh Jelton, your boy, live rap battle, premeditated, worked on this thing hard. You guys are going to love these bars. They're hilarious. 3 rounds going to be sick. Plus, Schmitty and Beatbox Bob, they're going to battle live on stage freestyle, which we'll talk about some of that in the third seg. And Tranquil, the band of the Western Tampa Bay area, will be in the house getting down, not to mention Ryan Villafora. So that's going to be crazy. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, the news with Beatbox Bob. We'll be right back. It's the Mosh Jelton Show.
You're listening to the Mosh Jelton Show, from podcast to broadcast. You can listen to the Mosh Jelton Show on the Internet Radio Network, Monday nights from 8 to 10 p.m. Catch the Mosh Jelton Show and other great Internet radio content on Mike Peters' Internet Radio Network.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is DJ Eddie Valiant from the Mosh Jelton Show. We're just going to take a short commercial break, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Yeet!
Jam, call Scott's Anytime Bail Bonds of Pasco County, Florida. Call Scott anytime at 727-860-7777. Are you looking for high quality, affordable lawn care? All you got to do is Google it. Eastman Lawn Care. You're going to look for AJ and give him a call today. Great quality lawn care, great prices, great service. Need to get your look proper? Then get connected to Brett's Barber Shop, located at Perrine Ranch Road and Seven Springs Boulevard in Trinity. Some of the best barbers in the area, including Costa from the Mosh Jelton Show.
Yo, check it out. Welcome back to the Mosh Jelton Show. Now, I just want to say one thing. These Wi-Fis, bro, are straight soft. I don't know what's going on with the Wi-Fi, but I'm going to slap it. Sometimes it cuts out. If something cuts out until I fix this, just know that we'll be back on the Mosh Jelton Show immediately. So just keep checking up. Right now, we're back. We're live. We'll be back from break in about 3 minutes tops, so don't go anywhere. We've got the news at Beatbox Bob and a bunch of other stuff. I mean, we got a crazy show tonight, so you're not going to want to miss it. We're back.
Hey, Beatbox Bob.
Hey, Mosh Jelton.
So many people have been asking me lately. They say, Mosh, where can I find a reliable, dependable lawn service?
Well, obviously, you've been telling them to call Eastman Lawn Care.
Of course I've been telling them to call Eastman Lawn Care. Eastman Lawn Care is the #1 lawn care service in the Pasco County area.
They're fast, reliable, and give free estimates.
They cut grass, they trim trees, rock installations, mulch installations, and much, much more.
Eastman Lawn Care.
727-277-9168, 727-277-9168, Hudson, Florida. Tell them the Mosh Jelton Show sent you. Hey, Beatbox Bob, do you know what really hurts my gut?
What really hurts your gut, Mosh Jelton?
Have you ever been arrested by the policia?
Oh, have I ever?
Well, if you're in Pasco County and you get arrested by the police, you can call
Scott's Anytime Bail Bonds.
They'll come and grab you.
And they'll get you out anytime.
'Cause they're bail bondsmen.
Don't rot. Call Scott.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Mosh Jelton Show. I am your host, Mosh Jelton. I'm here with my co-host, Beatbox Bob, and Mikey Fly, and we're getting down. Mikey Fly, the connection to the new streams, or to the other streams, it says 6 minutes. Is it just means they're back up and going?
Is the time moving?
Yeah.
Then it's probably connected.
So 96.7 FM, we're on air, and the internet radio, we're on air.
Let me look.
Because it's got the numbers. Guys, we're broadcasting from multiple streams. We're broadcasting everywhere. Just when we had that little Wi-Fi whack-a-doodle, it knocked down these things, and that kind of annoyed me. So 727-277-6530 if you guys got the sack to call. Shout out to Scott's Anytime Bail Bonds who hooks us up. I mean, you guys don't have to be scared to call the show. Jump in the chat at themoshjeltonshow.com. I mean, it's not really a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Before we get to the news, I got something news-like here. Beatbox Bob, are you in the stock market? And I ask you all the time, but are you in currently?
Yeah, I'm touching. I'm touching here and there.
What's your favorite?
Florida Power.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, I like it. I went by your recommendation before, and it's been definitely making me some pretty good bucks.
Now, we are not financial advisors, but we like the stock market here. And it's very simple. People think that rich people have to be the stock market people, and you don't. As you go, you get something like Robinhood, and you say, I want to buy stock, and you buy it, and you wait. And I'm not a stock advisor, so I'm not a financial advisor. Listen to me not at all. But listen, I got 2 picks, Bob.
Okay.
Mike, you in this at all? You in the stock market?
I'm in for 500.
What are you in on?
A couple different things. The majority of shares that I have is in Rumble.
Oh, I didn't know Rumble was a publicly traded company.
When they went public, I bought at the bottom, hoping that, they'll go somewhere.
Well, usually in my experience, when something goes public, they go down first, and then they go back up.
It definitely went down first.
So it should, if they continue to do good from here out, the larger the population gets, the bigger the stock will be.
And there's a lot of talent going there. So, it's the alternative to YouTube. It's like Twitter to Facebook, or Twitter to the whatever Zuckerberg's doing.
I've never been on Rumble.
I've never been either. I keep forgetting it exists until I talk to you.
Yeah.
They do. There's people that embed Rumble videos, so it does take you to their page. You know, it isn't all YouTube, but most people do multiple platforms.
Me and your girl from high school have embed Rumble videos.
Which one?
Come on, man. Come on. That was off the charts. Embed Rumble videos?
Good God.
Oh, my gosh. So I just want to say that, like Beatbox said, Florida Power, which is next there now, NEE, is my favorite stock to hold long term. But I just want to say this. Carnival, the cruise lines, they've been on the market since, let's say, 1985-ish, right?
Right.
They started off at like $4 in 1985-ish.
Mm-hmm.
They've been climbing steadily. In 2003, they were at $29, right?
Right.
They kind of stayed around that area until about 2012. They were $38.
Mm-hmm.
Then in 2018, just 2 years before the pandemic, they were at $64 Carnival Cruise, right?
Right.
Now, right before the pandemic, they were at 51. Guess what they're at now?
Right now?
Yeah.
51.
$19.30.
Wow. Big
And-
drop off.
And since the pandemic, they've already gotten back up to $30.
Well, there it is.
So my question to you guys is, do you think that Carnival do you think that company could ever go away? Think they would go bankrupt and there'd be no more Carnival cruises? Is that likely?
I don't think so.
It's possible.
It's just too stable for too long.
$25 billion market cap.
No way. They're not going anywhere.
What if World Health requires you to be vaccinated for multiple things to go on a cruise?
Why do you always got to get conspiratorial about
No, I'm saying what
we're
if?
on
It's a what if.
stocks?
It's just a what if. Okay, I don't want to get off them.
No, I'm joking. Come on, man. This is how we got to do it. You're supposed to keep fighting for it. I got to teach you live.
So, that would be my thing. I would not go on a cruise if they would require me to inject myself with something, anything.
And we're not anti-vaxxers on this show.
No, don't force, no. If I need it, I need it. It's up to me, but I'm not doing it.
25% of the on-air talent is vaccinated, so you guys got to understand we're about it. But I get it. If you're telling me I got to do something to get on a cruise, hell nah. But what I will say is the price is low, and that's one that I would gamble on. And then there's one more for you stock nerds. You guys ever heard of Disney?
Yeah.
All right. So
Ooh, my mother-in-law has stock. She has a lot.
Bro, when Disney started in like 83, they were worth like less than $1.
Mm-hmm.
Right? In around 94, they were at $15.
Sure.
In around 2008, before the crash, they were at $30.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're going at 2018, 2 years before the jam, they were at $112 in 2018, Disney. Then the streaming platform blows up. Disney's now the man. And then if we look at, let's say, Disney at, we'll go to June 25th, 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Disney's a 175. And in March 19th, Disney's at 190. So March 19th of 2021, Disney's at 190. They had the big tiff with DeSantis.
Sure.
And then it goes down precipitously. However, Walt Disney, what do you think it is? It was 190 before the pandemic. What do you think it's cost now to buy a Disney share?
I'd say it's still probably pretty regulated, about 170.
I say
170.
I say it's below 100. $80.
$88 a share.
Wow.
Now you're telling me with a Disney of a market cap of $160 billion, a staple, been around forever, Disney's not going nowhere. They will adapt and improvise. Ron's not going to be in there forever. You got an $80 stock that was $190 2 years ago. People are telling me, nah, man, you don't know their future. It's uncertain. I'm like, bro.
Well,
since
there's a bigger
1980,
reason.
it's been going up.
There's a bigger reason than the governor and what he did. I mean, they got internal. They went woke, and people.
But what is it, unfixable? They went woke.
Right.
So right now is the time where they're down. That's when I say bye.
It depends on their business plan. It depends on if they want to turn it around. If they want to stay on that boat, then they're going to go down.
So you're saying it depends on whether they want to go bankrupt or not? Do you
No.
think they're not aware that the woke stuff messed them up and is messing them up?
Yes, but
Do you think Disney Authority won't have a corrective somebody come in there? They just brought Bob Iger back. You don't think they're going to correct?
I think they're going to try to appear to correct.
Okay, but like even if they went woke, let's put that to the side for a second. A lot of that major raise was entirely dependent on the Marvel MCU. You know what I'm saying?
And their whole streaming,
their whole streaming platform. They own Hulu.
All the streaming is huge. Netflix is.
Fox now.
They've
had
had
acquisition of Fox.
They've lost a lot on their streaming side too.
Well, sure, but even so, there's still enough revenue generated where they're going to be able to bounce back. The only thing that I see
I'm saying.
The only thing that I see in the foreseeable future is in 2025, Mickey Mouse, his likeness will be open to public domain, as it's been over 100 years since the initial copyright.
I think that here's my point is that Walt Disney has contingencies probably for everything. That business has been around forever. It's fraternized with all the top politicians. Sure. I think this is a spat between DeSantis and Disney. They bring in revenue. I think once DeSantis is gone, and I think the farther he gets along the campaign, the better Disney's going to do. And if you're talking about this is the lowest, look, how can Disney go any lower? They bring this agenda. They get hit by the governor. They lose all kinds of exemptions. A lot of people are boycotting them. How can they get lower unless you're telling me they're going to disappear?
I don't think they're going to disappear ever. They're just going to transfer and change whatever the model is that they have because they're able to adapt. However, I think that a lot of that value will be overall depreciated over a long-term period of time until they figure out a way to recover. The MCU is fizzling out now. They're no longer big, giant blockbuster hits. Their strategies for releasing, the movies and the series are just bonkers. You're telling me that you're releasing 5 major cruxes of a series all within less than 6 months of each other without benefiting from the revenue? Come on.
They've done that as well, so that's my point. My point is that they're at the bottom that they can business plan-wise, business model-wise.
It could only drop a little bit lower, and then they're going to increase and bounce back.
Exactly. So
they got to fire a whole bunch of people.
Yes, 100%.
Got to completely clean house from the staff at the parks to middle management, everything, just clean house.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm not a stock advisor. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't listen to me, but I believe in Disney stock right now and Carnival Cruise stock. Always get EDR UFC and always get NextEra, which is Florida Power. But don't listen to anything I say because I am not a financial advisor.
Y'all ain't gonna believe it. It's the news with Beatbox Bob on the Mosh Jelton Show. Listen to me, you're not gonna believe this absolutely miraculous, tantalizing information that'll grace your gorgeous taut eardrums from my thick, luscious lips. Y'all ain't gonna believe it. Y'all won't believe it. Y'all should believe it, but you definitely won't. Y'all ain't gonna believe it. It's the news with Beatbox Bob on the Mosh Jelton Show. It's the news with Beatbox Bob on the Mosh Jelton Show! Y'all ain't gonna believe it. Fragile male ego or ugly double standard? Jonah Hill's been dragged recently on Instagram. You heard about this, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody's been talking all over the friggin' place.
I haven't heard nothing about Jonah Hill lately.
Jonah Hill's been dragged recently on Instagram because his ex, Sarah Brady, is unhappy with the boundaries that he set prior to moving forward in the relationship. I'll give you a couple of examples, but beforehand, you got to understand one thing. She's a professional surfer, and she has a lot of modeling career, in her background. So here's a couple of these clips I'm going to tell you. Jonah Hill says, and she posted this on her Instagram, Sarah Brady. Jonah Hill says in this text message, plain and simple, if you need surfing with men, boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men, to model, to post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, to post sexual pictures, friendships with women who are in unstable places, and from wild recent from your wild recent past, getting a lunch or a coffee, or outside of getting a lunch or a coffee or something respectful, I'm not the right partner for you. If these things bring you to a place of happiness, I support it, and there'll be no hard feelings. These are my boundaries for a romantic relationship. Boundaries with you based on the way that all of these actions have hurt our trust.
Perfectly reasonable boundaries of the same boundaries that I myself would have.
Right? And so what I'm saying is that she's claiming and trying to paint him as some sort of narcissistic misogynist. Now, I'm saying that's kind of a double standard, no?
Well, from what double standard is different. Here's the thing. When you get into a relationship, so Jonah Hill, what I see is right, and this is working out exactly how it's supposed to work out. What I see, Jonah Hill is right because, yeah, it's just working out so damn good. I'm stunned. I'm just having a good mood. I'm live. I'm on the air. I'm a professional. But Jonah Hill, I mean, what's going on with him and his girl? Jonah Hill is right. And it doesn't matter who's right or wrong. I think a lot of couples get hung up on that fact because that is not the ultimate end. No, the ultimate end isn't I was right, she was wrong, she was right, I was wrong. The ultimate end is how can we fix this?
Right.
Is that what they do now? You just put your dirty laundry out there for everybody to comment on, like us?
Yeah, that's a great outro. But so what I think that I think that's what you're supposed to do when you come together. At first, you come up with boundaries and you say, hey, look, this is how you are. I like you how you are. There's a couple situations. Everybody's not going to like everything about anybody.
Right.
But they're going to say, here's what I can tolerate. And Jonah Hill very respectfully said, here are the things I don't tolerate. You're not going out to the bars at late night. You're not going to be on the internet in scantily clad clothing. You're going to be conservative, and you're going to be, these are what I want. And he's not saying you have to do that. He's literally giving her the option.
Right.
These are the easy things that I want you to do.
Right. He says, he goes on to say in another message that she posted trying to paint him in a certain way. It's just constant and doesn't reflect where we're at or where you say you want to be. I respect your skill in your surfing. I respect how you want to present yourself, and I respect that you're hot and beautiful. And I respect however you want to live. But I also respect myself and what I'm interested in my own life and what I let into my heart and my inner circle. So celebrate yourself in your life however you please and shine bright. But I don't want to have to deal with the extra headache and rigmarole that stuff presents.
I think it's personally, I think that's reasonable. And if he's being drugged because of this, he's being drugged in a negative way because of these.
Yeah, they're trying to paint him as a misogynist. They're trying to say that because he is setting these heavily controlled circumstances onto his partner, that he's a misogynistic pig.
Well, let's dissect that. He's putting these heavily controlled circumstances on a woman. First of all, he's not putting any circumstances on a woman except for the fact of what he's telling her he likes. Secondly, the circumstances aren't heavy. Thirdly, they're very, very moderate circumstances. Thirdly, he's not putting them on her. He's giving her an option. So she's not being put with one thing on her. She has multiple options to go. Fourthly, he's being very respectable, and this is something that a woman or a man should yearn from their other, to tell them what they want so they know. So the fact that he's getting drugged is simp stuff. This is Mikey Flaw stuff. This is straight softer than baby. Right, Flaw?
I'm a simp.
Would you, on a scale 1 to 10, when you were in high school, were you a simp?
I can't answer that, really, because that term wasn't around then. So what would that relate to? I mean, it's a sympathizer, right?
All right, well,
I mean, is that what we're talking about?
No. A simp is a simpleton.
Oh, okay.
Now, so you'll do whatever the girl wants. You'll suck up. You'll do whatever.
No. I was never like that.
You were never like that.
No, I always did what I want, and if there was chicks around, that was great.
If somebody's seen him now, they'd immediately put the simp card on him.
You'd think so. And it seems like this is just two jackasses airing their dirty laundry instead of handling it like adults.
Well, yeah, but I do agree with Jonah, and to drag him through, that's just whack. It shows our society. These cats are soft, bro. I mean, they're Mikey Floss simp. Is simp.
Speaking of crazy jackasses, y'all ain't gonna believe it. Hey, this is Steve-O from Jackass, and this is the Jolly Roger Jump. Woo! Psh, whoop, whoop! Steve-O recently jumped from the London River Bridge into the River Thames. That's how it's pronounced, right? The Thames. Anyway, he was promptly arrested after he jumped into it. I guess what he was trying to do was promote his new movie or TV show or something like that. I don't really know for sure.
And he went to another country and jumped over an illegal bridge into a river.
Yeah, and he was wearing, like what is that called? Anyway, it's the British flag all over himself.
Jolly Roger?
No, that's not what it is. It's something else.
The British flag.
Yeah, but they call it a specific
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
It's like Jolly Roger, but it's not a Jolly Roger thing. Anyway, he jumped over the bridge, or off of the bridge tower, and into the water, and he was in the back of a cop car for most of the afternoon. See, I guess the thought process was for the arrest that they're concerned that other people want to try that same thing and will just imitate anything that this guy does.
No concern for Steve-O doing it. They're like, we just don't want anybody else to do it, bro. Steve-O will do anything. He will do anything for love. I mean, he probably knew he was going to get arrested. So, I mean, he's the type of dude that'll do these stupid things for fun. And what's funny is, who does he look like in Jackass?
God, I don't know.
If you had to pick one guy that he looks like in Jackass, who is it?
Johnny Knoxville.
What's going on? It's shooting me.
Damn it. Johnny Knoxville is a gets.
No,
kind of, but not really.
Not really.
Next time I do a post, if I can get an older version of Johnny Knoxville with brown hair.
I know what he looks like.
You look like Johnny a little bit. You have the same stature, the same jaw.
Maybe it's the hairline.
You know what?
I'm not scared to jump in no Brit. I mean, what do you think that they're gonna give you in the old Jolly Roger area for jumping off of a bridge? You doing time for that? I don't know how strict they are over there, man. I'm not trying to upset nobody.
I guess he was facing a couple of weeks in stay and then also having his passport revoked for 6 months.
Jesus.
So that's what he was looking at.
Hey,
But
is it the Union Jack?
yes, that's what it is.
It just came to me.
The Union Jack, that's what it is. He was all decked out in the Union Jack stuff when he jumped off of the thing. He could get up to 6 months of his passport revoked for the UK. However, they didn't end up actually going through with the charges. They let him go after a while.
Somebody got greased.
Yeah, exactly.
727-277-6530 if you want to chime in on the news here. That's 727-277-6530. Put your Jolly Rogers on and give us a call. Bob's got the answers.
And speaking of entertaining Brits, y'all ain't gonna believe it. Oops, I did it again. Shut the hell up! Britney Spears, in case you didn't know, was backhanded at a restaurant after trying to get a selfie with Victor Wembanyama.
Backhanded, slapped.
By his security. There's a couple of reports claiming that she tapped Victor's shoulder at a Vegas casino restaurant, and his security moved her hand, and then she struck herself. But others are claiming that the security guy moved her hand and then smacked her.
Isn't there a little video, but it doesn't show much?
It doesn't show enough, and it's like the angle's really off and a little gritty, so it's kind of hard to necessarily for sure see.
She didn't get smacked.
So either way, she shouldn't have just walked up like that without identifying herself. I mean, come on. How are you going to walk up to a famous celebrity, you being a psychopath or not? You could be a famous person, whatever. You don't identify yourself. You're walking up to the security.
You treat him like a cop, I mean, you don't touch cops and you don't touch celebrities. It comes down to that, right?
If Britney Spears walked up to me under any circumstance, I'm making sure I don't get tagged up. Dude, it's Britney Spears, and then there's conflicting reports that she may have slapped herself.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess because the footage that was actually the casino building is claiming that she ended up actually hitting her own self in the face after the small scuffle with the security guy. He like tried to move her hands out of the way so he doesn't touch.
And there would have been marks. She would have marks. There'd be pictures of her all over the internet with her face tattered.
She had marks, and there was a couple of pictures actually attached to the story. But it wasn't crazy. It wasn't like a bruise. She didn't break her orbital bone or anything like that. You know.
I need the proof.
But
what's whack is, and I love you. I love the women. I love my females, and I love the state of Florida, and I love Pasco County. But if a female calls the cops and says that you put your hands on her, that's all it takes. You're going to jail.
That's true.
If a female calls the cops, whether you touched her or not, if she says she put your hands on her, you're going to jail.
Right.
What if the cops come and you have marks on you?
It almost doesn't matter. If it's blatant to where they can discern what's going on very easily, they'll say, all right, yeah, this is obvious. But if she can mark herself up real quick, and then if you both have marks, guess who goes to jail?
Exactly.
You go to jail.
The Las Vegas district attorney says that they're taking this situation as serious as a heart attack. Now and that's their quote. And it doesn't necessarily mean that criminal charges will be filed. But looking at the situation, unless somebody greases somebody's palms, there's going to be some litigation involved. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta have that good old litigation for them rich suckers. I love rich people.
I'm telling you, I love them too. Speaking of criminal intent, y'all ain't going to believe it. That's hot. Arf, arf! Paris Hilton is getting called out by PETA for getting her new dog from a breeder instead of an animal shelter or an adoption service.
Walk the walk if you're going to talk the talk, though.
I'm telling you, PETA's not even pulling any punches. A rep for PETA says that Paris Hilton has apparently been living under a rock for the past decade because a day in an animal shelter would have shown her just how many chihuahuas already need homes, and 5 minutes on Pet Finder would turn up thousands more, including puppies.
These are the same people that'll use other human beings to hold their children for no reason.
I'm telling you, bro, PETA is just whack. All right.
PETA, I don't know. I don't know if PETA is completely whack. I was just using the analogy, though. You know, I'll get a surrogate mother. Why? I just, I get bloated when I get pregnant.
I think PETA's actually whack. They're extremists, man. I'm talking, dude. They called Pete Davidson because he got a dog.
It's profit incentive, and they're gonna look for it everywhere.
I'm telling you, bro.
Do you think that PETA does less good? Do you think that PETA does less good than more good?
Yes, absolutely. If you look at any of their shelters, none of them are no-kill shelters, and the ones that are supposed to be no-kill shelters end up killing puppies anyway.
What are you gonna do with all the damn dogs?
Adopt them, send them out, do what you got to do. If you're gonna,
we'd have to get the numbers. We'd have to get the numbers, but there's got to be a more humane way. Then that gets into the vegan thing of you'll kill a cow or you kill a dog, and then it's like God with the two animals, Noah's Ark, Mikey Floss, Simpleton. There's a rabbit hole.
We ain't eating dogs though.
Well, even if we were eating dogs, I'm cool with that. You got to do what you got to do. I'm just looking for.
I hope it never gets that bad.
I'm just looking for consistency, man.
How do you feel about eating dogs?
Dogs?
Yeah.
No.
You don't feel like
no. Okay, so if you have a choice between eating dirt or whatever's around or a dog, if it's your last resort, then I guess you have to eat the dog. But there's a lot of things before dog.
Well, sure, but in the same, and that's a really good argument for sure. But I'm saying look, okay. If that is your last resort, I have no problem doing that.
You would just jump on. You'd be like, "Hey, yeah, sure, throw it on the grill."
What about though? Here's the thing. How do you feel about some Asian societies, large ones that have dog eating festivals and they eat dogs? Is that any different than us having a pig festival?
No, there's no difference between that and a barbecue festival in a park. It's all the same thing. You're eating animal flesh, and it's all just not cool, I guess. Just be morally consistent.
I think it's because they're domesticated. It's like people. It would be morally wrong.
Mike, if you had one thing that you could say to the people that have kill shelters, what would it be?
Don't kill the dogs. Adopt them out.
Y'all ain't gonna believe it. This is the news with Beatbox Bob on the Mosh Jelton Show. This was the news with Beatbox Bob on the Mosh Jelton Show. When you listen back, you're gonna hear it and you're gonna not believe it. Y'all ain't gonna believe it. Y'all should believe it. You won't believe it, but you should. I'm telling you, it's the news with Beatbox Bob on the Mosh Jelton Show. It's the news with Beatbox Bob on the Mosh just interrupted me. Mosh Jelton Show! Jeez.
That's what I get for getting cocky and taking my headset off when I feel like we just smashed something out of the park. That was fire.
That was good times.
This show is fire.
Now I have to cut all this out.
No, keep this all in. There's no cutting. This is live. TheMoshJeltonShow.com. You know, we're going to get back on the road and do the promo, but y'all got to jump in the chat at TheMoshJeltonShow.com, and y'all are getting a little soft on the phone. 727-277-6530. If you have anything resembling sack. We like people with sack around here. So before we go to break, because I don't want to spend a long time on this, Mikey Fly, I think you know about this, so you'll probably be the one to help fill us in the most on this. But I'll ask Bob, too. Have you heard of this new film out, Bob, called The Sound of Freedom?
No.
And Fly, you know all about it, I'm sure.
Yeah, I've seen the previews. I've heard the reviews.
I haven't seen the movie, but apparently there's a lot of it's funny. It's getting a lot of attention for not getting a lot of attention. Would I characterize that right?
For not being promoted professionally. I mean, it's a professional. It's a Hollywood movie, but their advertising budget was nothing.
They didn't have it. So let me just tell you about this movie real quick, and we're going to tell you why everyone's talking about this movie, The Sound of Freedom. The Sound of Freedom, this is according to Wikipedia. It's a 2023 American action film directed and co-written by Alejandro Monteverde and stars Jim Caviezel, Mira Sorvino, and Bill Camp.
Nice.
What's going on tonight?
Who's it directed by?
Alejandro Monteverde.
Can you say that one more time?
Alejandro Monteverde.
Slow.
Alejandro Monteverde.
Thank you.
And stars Jim Caviezel, the guy that did The Passion, and some other people. Jim Caviezel plays a fictional version of Tim Ballard, a former government agent who embarks, see how the intonation on what they really need to hear, a former government agent who embarks on a mission to rescue children from sex traffickers in Colombia.
Wow.
It's produced by this guy who also plays a role in the film. So essentially, the movie is about modern day human trafficking in the sex slave trade. And it's for some reason it's not getting promoted. Everyone's saying it was a great film, one of the best films, but
for some reason
it's a very touchy subject because I think they paint out the elites as the ones doing it, and I don't know if they want to promote that, but it's definitely another. And everything Jim Caviezel does is
it's not only the elites; it's the three-letter agencies like CIA.
The Who is against it.
No.
Let me just tell you, here's what Mel Gibson had to say against. This is what Mel Gibson had to say about the movie. And then what Jim Caviezel had to say.
One of the most disturbing problems in our world today is human trafficking, and particularly the trafficking of children. Our future is our children. Now, the first step in eradicating this crime is awareness. Go see Sound of Freedom.
Obviously, you understand.
So that was Mel Gibson, straight up, unapologetic.
Yeah.
And here's Jim Caviezel, the star, talking about it.
And the content of this, once the world sees this film, and once they see the ships that they transport the children in and all of this stuff, well, there's no other film like this. Our industry can't make this film right now because of a lot of people that are involved in it.
Oh, what did you just say, sir?
Well, there's no other film like this. Our industry can't make this film right now because of a lot of people that are involved in it.
Oh, my gosh. That's why he's saying they're not promoting it. Our industry, as in the Hollywood industry, can't make this film right now because so many are involved in it.
Oh, man.
Hold on. Let me make sure.
The world that are in this. And many of these people are very famous. I kind of started there with Tim.
So Jim Caviezel himself is trying to say that they're not promoting this in Hollywood because a lot of them are implicated in human child sex trafficking?
Yes.
That's a direct line quote.
Yes.
That's a pretty hard.
It's only the tip of the iceberg.
It's a hard charge. I mean, that Epstein stuff, man, him dying like that, something's afoot. And you know what they did with the Epstein? I'm not going to shift this on the Epstein, but the Epstein thing, they just made it about him and the person. They didn't make it about the people. They didn't make it about the people that were sex trafficked. They didn't make it about the people that he sold the stuff to. They didn't make it about the blackmail scheme. They didn't make it about any of that. But this movie, apparently, from what I hear, depicts what's happening to the T. And I bet you they had some insiders that were telling them what was going on.
Yeah, I think there was at least a couple double agents that were working with them.
A realistic movie about human sex trafficking today that a lot of people are saying you got to go see this movie. I mean, I don't know what the implications are for the people that made this movie, but you got to have some sack in Hollywood if you're going to make one about, I mean, the theory about the Hollywood elite are human sex traffickers is unfounded as far as I know.
Well, where do you even see this movie?
That is a good question.
It's in major theaters. They're actually, they have a QR code if you go to their website, and it'll give you free tickets to go see it.
Really?
Yeah.
So showtimes, they're Regal Hollywood at 10 p.m. right here in Port Richey, AMC Woodland. So it's actually out in theaters right now.
Okay.
The Sound of Freedom.
Huh. It's not any streaming services or anything?
Not yet.
Not yet.
They wanted to get it into the theaters to get it to as many people as possible, which is why they're offering the free tickets.
If they're going to make a movie, think of what's the most heinous thing you can do in the world? Sex traffic human children.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
the most heinous thing. And if they're going to make a movie about it, then you can pull some truth nuggets out of it, and it's probably worth the watch if they got the sack enough to make the movie about it.
I'm telling you, that seems like it's really an extreme case here.
Only the beginning.
Mikey Fluff feels like there's going to be a lot. All right, listen, 727-277-6530 for when you guys want to call. When we come back, it's not really trivia time, but I do got something I might run the trivia with. I probably overpromised because we got a lot of stuff, but the show has been so damn well ran. This show has been so damn good that we don't know what's going to happen, but when we come back, we're at least going to talk about some artists, and we're going to figure out if you guys know where these artists are from.
Oh.
Where the band is from. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. It is the Mosh Jelton Show.
You're listening to the Mosh Jelton Show, from podcast to broadcast. You can listen to the Mosh Jelton Show on the Internet Radio Network Monday nights from 8 to 10 p.m. Catch the Mosh Jelton Show and other great Internet radio content on Mike Peters' Internet Radio Network.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is DJ Eddie Valiant from the Mosh Jelton Show. We're just gonna take a short commercial break, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Yeet!
In a jam, call Scott's Anytime Bail Bonds of Pasco County, Florida. Call Scott anytime at 727-860-7777. Are you looking for high-quality, affordable lawn care? All you got to do is Google it. Eastman Lawn Care. You're going to look for AJ and give him a call today. Great quality lawn care, great prices, great service. Need to get your look proper? Then get connected to Brett's Barber Shop, located at Perrine Ranch Road and Seven Springs Boulevard in Trinity. Some of the best barbers in the area, including Costa from the Mosh Jelton Show. Shout out to Sunshine 96.7 FM Radio St. Pete, where local music lives. Catch the Mosh Jelton Show Tuesdays from 11 to midnight. Out of the area? Get the app or visit RadioSt.Pete.com and tune in anywhere.
You're listening to the Mosh Jelton Show, and what I'm saying is when we come back, this has been a well-ran show. We just threw a bunch of stuff together. We're trying to work a bunch of stuff in. You know, we're getting a little wild. We're getting a little crazy with it. We don't care. This is how we do it, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to let you know this. Listen to these guys. Hold up. I got to move it. I like to move it. Where'd you go? Okay. Check it out from these dudes real quick. Hey, Beatbox Bob.
Hey, Mosh Jelton.
I was thinking about going to work out tomorrow, and I didn't have a workout partner. Would you care to join me?
I'd love to.
But I'd like to grunt when I work out, and I also wish that they had free weights. Where do you think we can go?
The only place to go is Monster Mouse Fitness.
Monster Mouse Fitness is the dopest gym in the Tampa Bay area. It's not like these soft-ass gyms where you can't grunt, you can't groan, you can't get a real workout in, and they actually have free weights. The owner, Anthony Gillo, is spectacular, and he'll even help you as a personal trainer if he's in the building. Monster Mouse Fitness is the best. You guys have got to check it out. It's in Port Richey. Monster Mouse Fitness, 10416 US 19, Port Richey, Florida, 34668.
Open 24 hours a day.
Hit up Monster Mouse Fitness, 727-378-4175. That number again, 727-378-4175.
Hey, Beatbox Bob.
Hey, Mosh Jelton.
So many people have been asking me lately. They say, Mosh, where can I find a reliable, dependable lawn service?
Well, obviously, you've been telling them to call Eastman Lawn Care.
Of course, I've been telling them to call Eastman Lawn Care. Eastman Lawn Care is the #1 lawn care service in the Pasco County area.
They're fast, reliable, and give free estimates.
They cut grass, they trim trees, rock installations, mulch installations, and much, much more.
Eastman Lawn Care.
727-277-9168, 727-277-9168, Hudson, Florida. Tell them the Mosh Jelton Show sent you. What's going on? Is she naked over there?
I think she's naked.
She looks completely naked.
Hey, it's Beatbox Bob and Mosh Jelton from The Mosh Jelton Show, here to tell you about Brett's Barbershop.
Brett's Barbershop has some of the most amazing barbers, like Brett, who owns the place, Costa, who personally cuts my hair, and the other dude.
Conveniently located on Perrine Ranch Road and Seven Springs Boulevard, Newport Richey, Florida. Brett's Barbershop. It's where I go to get my hair cut.
We'll see you there. Hey, Beatbox Bob, do you know what really hurts my gut?
What really hurts your gut, Mosh Jelton?
Have you ever been arrested by the policia?
Oh, have I ever?
Well, if you're in Pasco County and you get arrested by the police, you can call
Scott's Anytime Bail Bonds.
They'll come and grab you.
And they'll get you out anytime.
'Cause they're bail bondsmen.
Don't rot. Call Scott.
That's right. It is the Mosh Jelton Show. It is Monday nights from 8 to 10 p.m. We are live. You guys can call the show, the Mosh Jelton Show, at 727-277-6530. I am your host for this evening. My name is Mosh Jelton. My co-host is Beatbox Bob. And, of course, we're in here with Mikey Fla. We're getting down. If anybody ever gets arrested anywhere near Pasco or Pinellas, I need you to hit up Scott's Anytime Bail Bonds. Or you can hit me up, and I'll hit up Scott's Anytime Bail Bonds. And we'll get you out of jail. We will get you out of jail. Now, before we get into this little game I wanted to play, Beatbox Bob, you're going to be battling Schmitty July 29th at our Shindig.
That's right.
Are you excited for that?
I'm as excited as I possibly can be under these circumstances.
It's Bob versus Schmitty, Fla. It's going to be wild, man. Live on stage, July 29th.
Is it written or freestyle?
It's freestyle.
Really?
Now, I'm going to ask a different question that you knew was probably coming. They battled. When did you guys battle? Wednesday. Wednesday. Bob and Schmitty battled. You were there, right?
Yeah, I was there.
My scorecard had it even. Mikey's scorecard had Bob losing by 5 points. Bob, you weren't really happy with the results.
It's true.
And it showed, man. What was going through your head? Because when Bob was talking outside and we were listening to it again, and then I walked in, and then they came back in and said Bob said peace out, kind of left, and they didn't know whether you were upset or not. And then I asked them, what's the last thing Beatbox Bob said before he left?
Mm-hmm.
And their answer was, I love you guys already. I'll see you later.
Yeah, I love you guys. I miss you already.
So my theory was Bob may have had a moment, but it's over after he says that, and he's just going. What was going on through your head? Were you that pissed last Wednesday?
Man, I was just frustrated. I feel like I put up a valiant effort, and it wasn't received. You know, I mean, I've been beaten by Schmitty 9 times in a row. You know, and it's a little frustrating. You know what I'm saying? I'm keep getting beat down and beat down and beat down, and eventually I'm going to be unhappy about a situation. But, you know, at the end of the day, bro, you know, it's the show.
We need more judges.
I don't know. I think we need to maybe define our terms on the judging. I think that may be the most appropriate. We've never told them what criteria we're judging them on.
That's true.
Okay, so if we have parameters, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, something to look for. Like in MMA, the first thing they're looking for is damage. And then there's a hierarchy where ground control or top control is in there, moving forward is in there. We should be telling them, all right, we're looking for flow, punchline, cohesiveness, witty wordplay. You know, we got to tell them what we're looking for and what we're grading the scale on, because you may be grading on something that I'm not grading on.
Right. So maybe if something stands out, that's a point. You know, maybe we need to change the point scale.
I don't know, because then you'd be striving for less of a whole verse and more of as many standout points as you can.
I think if we listen to these, there's always that. Yeah, you know, like that. Those moments.
But listen, here's what I'm saying. All right, the moments, the punchlines. I would say I'd put that in my brain. I'd say, all right, did he have the punchlines? Yes. Then I'd say, did he stay on the flow? Not many slips, just good flow. Yeah. Then I'd say, did he say anything unexpected wordplay that was getting me out of my seat? Yeah. Did he say stuff that was relevant, that was happening, that was original? Yeah. If he checks off the lists that we give them, we got to give him a 10, I think. If we could say, oh, he did all that, but his flow wasn't there that much, so we'll give him a 9.
Okay.
So if there's a major stumble, then that would be a point, right? You would take a point.
I mean, I wouldn't put it point for point. I think you would take, if there's it may be a 10 round, but if there was 2 slight stumbles, that may have stopped you from giving him the 10. You got to judge it yourself. There may be 1 slight stumble, but the round was so good that you're still going to give him the 10.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So we'll have to figure out what we're going to grade the scale on. By the way, you're listening to the Mosh Jelton Show. We're getting down. It's 9:22 on Monday. This is July 10th of 2023. Didn't really run a trivia time, but I do have something akin to a trivia time that I thought I'd throw out there, you know?
Okay.
A little sound of freedom right here.
Love it.
It's going to be something about, I'm going to give you guys the artist, and you're going to tell me where they're from.
Okay.
And I want cities if you can.
Okay.
And if it gets down to it and you can give me almost it, but you can't give me the city, I may give points out. But I'm gonna run points on this.
All right, we'll take it.
All right, so I'll just intermediately ask each one of you, and then we'll go back and forth. We'll start with you, Mikey Flaw. You're the guest.
Okay.
Mikey Flaw. I wrote whore, and I meant to write where. Where is the artist from, Mikey Flaw? The Beatles.
Liverpool, England.
Wow. Hold on. That was impressive.
Good job.
Liverpool, England.
I didn't know where AC/DC was from, but at least I know where the Beatles are from.
How'd you know that?
The Beatle thing?
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like common knowledge
Liverpool?
for my generation or the previous.
All right. Well, I guess it's an equally easy question for you is, where is Nirvana from, Bob?
California. Los Angeles.
Can I jump in?
Nothing. Not yet. It is not California or Los Angeles.
I'm surprised
Mikey
he doesn't
Flaw.
know that.
I'm surprised
Wow.
too. Do you know where Nirvana's from? What city?
Seattle, Washington.
Seattle is correct. The mother of the grunge bands. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
That was more of a surprise than it was he almost had it. I'm surprised Bob didn't get that. Mikey gets a point. All right, Mike, it's now back to you. Where is the band Queen from?
Oh, that's a good question.
Where is the band Queen from? What city?
Oh, in England, right? Are they from?
They're from England.
from
What
England.
city?
I don't know.
Then give. What's the best percentage chance if you said the name?
London?
It's from London.
Okay.
I'm just trying to mathematically
Okay.
help him out. If you don't know, go for the highest chance.
I didn't think it would be that easy.
Queen is from London. We're at the beginning. We're at the beginning. Mikey's up with 3 points. I don't expect that to last. All right, Beatbox Bob.
Mosh.
Where are the Rolling Stones from?
London, England.
Oh, the chat wants to play, so we're going to play chat rules. So Rosal and Kathy each have a point. So let me rock them in here. Rosal and Kathy each have a point. I said, where is Queen from? Beatbox Bob said London, England.
You said
I said,
Rolling
where is the Rolling Stones from? Bob said London, England. I would have had no idea they were from London, England. I would have had no idea.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I figured that one was common knowledge, too.
The Rolling Stones are from London. I see you in the chat.
Yeah.
So the first person in the chat will get the points. Beatbox Bob grabs one. London, England is where the Rolling Stones are from. All right. Here's the artist. I guess we'll turn it into a semi-trivia time. Here's the artist. Where are they from? And who's it on next?
Mikey.
Mikey Flaw. Here's the artist and where are they from? Bob Marley.
Are we waiting? Like, are we waiting for the delay?
It would be good for you if you would do a slight talking in your head out.
Well, I know I could do that. You know, I know he's from the islands.
And then go.
Yeah.
So give it a 5-second talk and then go.
Okay, he's from some island, so I'm gonna guess Jamaica.
And what city in Jamaica would you guess?
San Juan. No, that's Puerto Rico.
San Juan is incorrect.
That's Puerto Rico.
Bob, what do you want to steal?
Queens, Jamaica.
No, very close. Kathy got it right. It was the opposite.
Oh, it's on the other side.
No, the opposite of Queen.
Yeah, Kings.
Kings Bay?
Almost King. It's King is the first part of the word.
Kingston?
Kingston is correct. Kathy got it right. Well done, Kathy. Welcome, Robin, to the chat. Very well, it is Jamaica, but you got to know, Robin, whether or not it's a city. By the way, I don't know if you've been to Robin's Instagram.
No.
She's hot.
Okay.
Smoking hot.
Hi, Robin.
I'm talking. Woo! Robin is on fire. So I just wanted to say that. Robin Banks. Her last name is Banks. Smokingly, breathtakingly hot.
That can't be her name.
Her name is Robin Banks, and she's super hot. I've known her since you used to have to email pictures. You have to use an email.
Is that how you used to sext?
Yeah, you would sext through email.
That's always fun.
It's really slow.
Not that we sext, just that's what you would have to do. All right, let's get to the artists. Here is the artist on the Mosh Jelton Show. I want to know where they're from. Who's it on? Bob?
It's on me.
Bob.
An easy one for Beatbox Bob. I'm so confident the point has been marked. Bob, where is, and if you could think out loud for a few seconds yourself, I know this is going to be hard because you might as well just say it 5 times. Where is Eminem from?
Okay, so like General Motors was around.
That gives it away, doesn't it?
Let's see. There's 9 Mile, 8 Mile, 10 Mile. 7 Mile
General Motors was around.
Let's see. Oh, there was a race war.
Where the hell was he from?
Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit, Michigan. That was top tier right there. Well, General Motors was around. Bob got the point. It is, and Robin got it as well. Robin did get it as well. It is Detroit. 1 for Robin, 1 for Bob. Robin got it before you, Rosal. Good guess. All right, Mikey Fly, you ready?
Ready.
Here's the artist. Where are they from? The Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh, that's. It's gonna be a guess.
Go ahead.
I'm thinking Southern California.
That is incorrect. And Beatbox Bob, for the steal, do you know where the Wu-Tang Clan comes from?
Brooklyn, New York.
He didn't even have to say that much. I just wanted New York City.
I was completely wrong coast.
Yeah, you were at the opposite end of the country. Beatbox Bob, another one, and it is NYC. That's where the Wu-Tang Clan originates, from the NYC. All right, let's rock and roll here. Where, Mikey Flaw? No, where
Yeah.
Beatbox Bob?
Yeah, that's right.
You just stole.
Yep.
So, Bob, where is Staten Island? I'm going to give Robin the points because and she's hot, and it's from, I give Kathy the same points because she's hot too. Kathy's pretty hot, but I'm going to give Robin the points because she said somewhere on the island of New York City, so you get that. Beatbox Bob, where is Kendrick Lamar from? Where is Kendrick Lamar from?
I have 1 or 2 guesses, and one of them is probably wrong. So I'm guessing here.
Hold on. You're guessing where?
I'm guessing here. I'm just thinking here. I'm thinking out loud.
All right, I'm just going to give you a hint. He's from a place. He doesn't seem the type of dude of the place that he's from.
Is he from Atlanta, Georgia?
No.
Then it's the other one. Okay.
Mikey Flaw, do you know where Kendrick Lamar hails from? It's not Atlanta.
I don't even know who Kendrick Lamar is.
Really?
Maybe
if I said it was in California, Bob, where would you say?
San Francisco.
Nope. Remember, I told you he doesn't look like he'd be from that type of area.
What does he do?
Oh, so he's not from Compton?
It would have been Compton. You would have had it with Compton.
Who is he?
Okay. It's Kendrick Lamar, like one of the most famous lyrical rappers of all time. Did a Super Bowl show with Justin Timberlake and a million other people.
I know Justin Timberlake.
If you were in last place, I might have given you that even with all the hints, but it's good that you knew that. That's why I thought you would get it. I gave you that hint earlier.
Yeah.
I said he wouldn't look like it. So I thought, but I would have had no idea where Kendrick Lamar's from. Rosal says, I don't know who it is. All right, let's rock and roll. I know you guys know who this is. Who's it on?
Me.
Mikey.
Mikey Flaw. I believe you're going to know this, so make sure you speak out loud. Tell me where Prince is from. Where is Prince from?
He's from somewhere that it's purple. It must be purple there.
It is very purple there.
Yeah. I know. Yes.
Do you know the name of the city?
Minnesota.
What's the name of the city?
St. Paul.
That's incorrect. That's incorrect.
I knew it was,
it's literally less than 5 miles from St. Paul.
I don't know.
Bob doesn't
Minneapolis.
know. You had your shot, and then Bob didn't know, and so Kathy in the chat got it correct with Minneapolis. Kathy gets the points because you guys both had a shot, didn't get it. Kathy got it on her first shot. Minneapolis is correct. Good guess, Rosal. Good guess, Robin. But not quite there. Beatbox Bob's got 4 points. Mikey Flaw with 3. Kathy's got 3. And then you also have Rosal with 2. Robin with 2 and Rosal with 1. Let's rock and roll. There's still a couple more questions left. Who's it on? Bob?
It's on me.
Yeah.
Bob, where is the band U2 from? An easier point, in my opinion. The band U2. Does anybody know where the band U2 is from?
They're Canadian.
No.
He's giving you advice. Where is the band U2 from?
Liverpool.
No.
Scotland.
Not Scotland.
Ireland.
Oh, they're
What's the city?
Dublin.
Dublin is correct.
Yeah. I knew it was one of those lands.
The first person in the chat, and all 3 of the women got it right that are in the chat. Kathy, Rosal, and Robin all got it right in Dublin. But the chat, if the first person in the chat who gets it correct gets the points, and that is Kathy who gets the points. Moves her up to 4, but Beatbox Bob was correct. It is Dublin, Ireland. Almost, Mikey Flaw. All right, there's only 4 questions left. Where is this artist from, Mikey Flaw? You should know this or you're disowned. Where is Metallica from? You better know where Metallica's from. I would have had no idea. Would have never guessed this in a million years.
I'm hoping I know the city. I know where. I know the area.
You would know the city. Tell me if you know it. You would know the city.
I'm thinking San Francisco.
Not
San Diego.
Francisco. Hold on.
Southern California.
One person at a time.
Los Angeles.
It is Los Angeles, California.
No, I thought they were from more southern than LA.
I checked
Are you
it
sure?
out. I checked it out. Yep.
Man, that's too easy.
Metallica is
I don't
from
think they were
Los
formed-
Angeles,
I
and
don't think they
Robin
were formed there.
is the first person in the chat. Well, from the material that I have and the news that I'm looking at, Metallica is indeed from Los Angeles.
There's more to it.
If you want to challenge me next week, you can. But right now, you lost, Mike. You're not going to get that point back.
I'm telling you.
So keep your mouth shut and play the damn game. But nah, we're going to go with California. All right, we're rocking and rolling. There's only 3 questions left, and Robin's got 3. Kathy's got 4. Rosal with 1. Mikey Flaw has 3 points, and Beatbox Bob has 5. It's still anybody's game. Here's a 2-pointer. Who's it on?
Me.
I think it's him.
Beatbox Bob for 2 points. Where is Michael Jackson from? It's a tough one, too.
Oh, I don't know.
Where is Michael Jackson from? That is not easy.
It's a tough one.
If you get the state right on the first try, I'll give it to you.
Alabama.
That's incorrect. If you get the state right, where is Michael Jackson from? If you just give me the right state, I'll give you the 2 points.
Georgia?
It's not Georgia. Beatbox Bob, give me the right state, get the points.
Louisiana.
It's not Louisiana. Mikey Flaw, give me the right state, and if you don't get it, the chat's got it.
Mississippi.
Robin in the chat says Indiana. He is from Gary, Indiana, and Robin is creeping up the scene, and she ties with the lead with 5 points after getting 2 points. Michael Jackson is from Gary, Indiana, and the chat, other than Robin, had that wrong. Well done. 2 more questions left for 2 points. It's on Mikey Flaw.
Yes.
For 2 points, Mikey Fly, I want you to tell me where the band Matchbox 20 is from. Where's the band Matchbox 20 from, Mikey Fly? It's 3 a.m. and I must be
Yeah, I know who it
alone.
is. I know who it is.
I want to push you around. Well, I will. Well, I will.
I'm pretty sure they're from the United States.
They are.
I'm thinking North Carolina.
That's incorrect. Beatbox Bob, do you know where Matchbox 20 is from?
New York?
It's not New York. Mikey Flaw, any idea where Matchbox 20 originates? Robin, you better not be using Google. There's no way you know that unless you're using Google. You don't know where Matchbox 20 is. One of my favorites. If you tell me straight face in the chat you're not using Google, I'll give it to you. Mike, you get your chance.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to
guess a state.
Illinois?
Nope. Guess a state.
Wisconsin.
It's not Wisconsin. Robin says she ain't Googling. She gets the 2 points. She got Orlando right. Orlando, Florida is where it's from. That's pretty wild to get right. Matchbox 20 is from Orlando, Florida. So Bob's got 6. Robin's got 7 in the lead. Kathy's got 3. Or Kathy's got 4. Mikey's got 3. And Rosal's got 1. This next question, worth 3 points. If Kathy gets it right, she's the winner. If Beatbox Bob gets it right, he's the winner. If Robin gets this next question right, she's the winner. If Mikey Flaw gets this next question right, Robin's the winner. And that's how this is going to work. This is the final one. So here we go. She said she's been crushing on Rob Thomas her whole life. I kind of believe her. She's saying it's it. This is it, Robin. If you got this, then you got this. Who's it on? Beatbox Bob. Beatbox Bob, where is this band from? The Greg Billings Band. I didn't know it was that easy. Is it that easy?
It's that easy for me. I don't know
I
about
have no
him.
idea who
Really?
they even are.
Damn, can I steal?
Not yet. You really don't? I thought either this is going to be very easy or this is going to be very hard.
I have no idea who they even are.
Well, listen to what I'm saying. I was going to say this is either going to be very easy or very hard. Now, Bob, I ask you, where is the Greg Billings Band from?
Some place called Billings.
Yeah, Billings, Montana.
That's not what they come from.
Greg Billings is the original singer of Stranger, and they are from here to the Tampa Bay area.
That is correct. They are from the Tampa Bay area, but Mikey Flaw gets the 3 points, which brings Mikey Flaw up to 6, tied with Beatbox Bob. But the person who wins with 7 points tonight, the winner, is Robin Banks in the chat is the winner, baby. She's slicing and dicing through everything there is to slice and dice through.
It's not a real name.
Robin Banks is the leader of the world. Robin, that was very well done, and I'm super proud of what you do. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take one tiny break, and we'll be back to close you guys out. Don't go anywhere. We're the #1 alternative talk radio show in the Tampa Bay area. We'll be back in 3 minutes. It's the Mosh Jelton Show.
Hey, Beatbox Bob.
Hey, Mosh Jelton.
So many people have been asking me lately. They say, Mosh, where can I find a reliable, dependable lawn service?
Well, obviously, you've been telling him to call Eastman Lawn Care.
Of course, I've been telling them to call Eastman Lawn Care. Eastman Lawn Care is the #1 lawn care service in the Pasco County area.
They're fast, reliable, and give free estimates.
They cut grass, they trim trees, rock installations, mulch installations, and much, much more.
Eastman Lawn Care.
727-277-9168, 727-277-9168, Hudson, Florida. Tell them Mosh Jelton Show sent you. Hey, Beatbox Bob, do you know what really hurts my gut?
What really hurts your gut, Mosh Jelton?
Have you ever been arrested by the policia?
Oh, have I ever?
Well, if you're in Pasco County and you get arrested by the police, you can call
Scott. Scott's anytime bail bonds.
They'll come and grab you.
And they'll get you out anytime.
'Cause they're bail bondsmen.
Don't rot. Call Scott.
Don't rot, call Scott, and listen to the Mosh Jelton Show. Welcome back. It's Mosh Jelton, Beatbox Bob, and Mikey Flaw getting down tonight, having a good time. It's been a good night. Had a great time with you gentlemen tonight.
You and me both.
Shout out to Robin Banks for winning. Shout out to Kathy for coming close and Rosal for kicking ass in the game. We do this daily. Has anybody heard that the UFC, you know who had the BMF title?
No.
So Nate, if you know anything about UFC, Nate Diaz, you know who that is?
Yes.
You know who Jorge Masvidal is?
Right.
So Jorge Masvidal and Nate Diaz fought for a belt. They made up a belt and they fought for it called the BMF belt, which stands for what you believe it stands for, the baddest MFer belt.
Really?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, is this?
He
wow.
created a belt strictly for them to fight for, and who do you think won? Nate Diaz or Jorge Masvidal?
I think Masvidal won.
I don't know. I just like Jorge. I like the name.
Jorge Masvidal won.
Jorge.
And I think Nate's a better fighter, but Jorge won. So Jorge had the BMF, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, I can really get attached to a belt if it doesn't stay in a weight class. Like if you have a belt, let's say they fight at 170, Jorge takes it. Now somebody wants to challenge him for the BMF title, but he's a 185er. Let him do a catch weight at 180 and battle for the belt. Now a 185er has the belt. He could fight another 185er, and then a 205er could get it. And then the 205er could go for a 155er, and they can meet in the middle at 175, and anybody could fight for this belt, and it would be great. That's the way I saw it.
That sounds great.
But Jorge Masvidal retired, and Nate Diaz is pretty much retired. He's cut from the UFC, or he's done with the UFC right now. So there is no, but Jorge retired, so there's the BMF belt is up for grabs.
Nice.
And fighting for the BMF belt on July 29th, which is not a, I don't know when they're fighting for it. It could be July 29th, but I'm going to say I don't know because that's the date of our show, but you'll be able to see it when it comes out. Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje are fighting for the BMF title.
Oh.
Now, do you know either of them?
I know Gaethje for sure.
Justin Gaethje, the human highlight reel, and Dustin, the Diamond Poirier. Dustin is the one who fought Conor McGregor.
Right.
That's when Conor broke his ankle.
Yes.
And Conor was telling him, your wife was in me DMs.
Yeah.
So that's going down. And I just wish, man, you guys got to really get on your UFC stuff so I can have these talks with you, or you sound like, and I don't really want that, but
Daddy, no.
you know, so get on your stuff and you'll know your stuff, or else I don't
even know where to find it.
I'm coming out with the GAT, like, or you guys might end up having to deal with all this. And if that's not a fun way to die, a fun way to die would be all. That'd be the best way to die. You hear this?
Oh, yeah.
That sound effects, yeah. Fun way to die. Everybody really, really don't want to try. I'm going to tell you like that. It's your good vibe, and I'm going to tell you right now. And it's live. Check it out, yo. Beatbox Bob.
Mosh.
Right here live on the Mosh Jelton Show. Are you ready to hear what Mikey Flaw has inserted for the Ed Weigel for Wednesday's
After party.
Yeah, I want to hear it. Let's hear it right now.
Hear it live.
I told him I was going to do it, and he was like, "Could you do that?" And I said, "Yeah, I can do it." And he liked it.
All right, so check it out. From 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. every Wednesday night, right here at the MoshJeltonShow.com, and also broadcasted on the Internet Radio Network, the Mosh Jelton After Party Show with Beatbox Bob and Mikey Flaw pops off. It's every 9 p.m. It's live. And, I'm there before. We're getting down. 9 p.m. comes in, and Beatbox Bob takes over with Mikey Fla, and they kick ass. And Beatbox Bob reaches out to Ed Weigel and says, hey, Mr. Ed Weigel, the WWE superstar guy, the guy that does everything, will you please do me a drop? And Ed Weigel graciously gave you the drop.
He sure did.
So let's see what Mikey Fla has together. Here's the first one Mikey Fla put together of Ed Weigel.
This is the Mosh Jelton After Party Show with Beatbox Bob and Mikey Fla.
Oh, my.
It's lit.
Oh! Yeah. Hold on, I got to hear it again.
This is the Mosh Jelton After Party Show with Beatbox Bob and Mikey Fla. It's lit.
Are the other ones different?
They're just variations of that.
This is the Mosh Jelton After Party Show with Beatbox Bob and Mikey Fla. It's lit.
That one's better.
I like that one.
This is the Mosh Jelton After Party Show with Beatbox Bob and Mikey Fla. It's lit.
That might be even better.
Let me try the second one again.
This is the Mosh Jelton After Party Show with Beatbox Bob and Mikey Fla. It's lit.
That is by far the best one.
I love it. I get goosebumps.
Which one? All right, I'm going to play them all again real quick. And I want you guys to tell me which one you think's the best. Here's number one.
This is the Mosh Jelton After Party Show with Beatbox Bob and Mikey Fla. It's lit.
Here's number two.
This is the Mosh Jelton After Party Show with Beatbox Bob and Mikey Fla. It's lit.
And here's number three.
This is the Mosh Jelton After Party Show with Beatbox Bob and Mikey Fla. It's lit.
There's subtle differences, but I have a discrepancy. Which one do you pick?
I like number two.
You like number two best?
Yeah, number two.
I'm having a hard time between number one and number two. Beatbox Bob, which one do you take?
I would pick number three if not for the part.
That can be fixed.
But the number two is definitely the most solid for me all the way around. I like the It's lit.
And he comes in faster. Like when he comes in here.
This is the Mosh Jelton After Party Show.
But when he comes in here.
This is the Mosh Jelton After Party Show.
See, he's more excited.
Yeah.
He's not as excited here.
This is the Mosh Jelton After Party. This is the
This is the Mosh Jelton After Party
so
Show.
If I fixed number three, that would be your favorite.
No.
Play number three again.
Here's number two real quick.
This is the Mosh Jelton After Party Show. This is the Mosh Jelton After Party Show.
Number two is better.
With Beatbox Bob.
The speed of it makes it so much better.
This is the Mosh Jelton After Party
Number
Show.
two is the best.
So serious. This is the Mosh Jelton After. I need to do some drops because watch me. This is the Mosh Jelton After Party Show with Beatbox. Let me try it a little bit better. I can do it. Did it sound bad? It sounded real bad.
It's not Ed.
This is the Mosh Jelton After Party Show with Beatbox Bob and Mikey Fla. It's lit.
This is the Mosh Jelton After Party Show with Beatbox Bob and Mikey Fla. It's lit.
This is the Mosh Jelton After Party Show with Beatbox Bob and Mikey Fla. It's lit.
That was trash, bro.
I know. I didn't like it at all.
You're not too good at this, bro.
I never said I was.
But check it out, though. If we were doing if I was coming in with the intro, bro, and I did some drops, I could be like, watch this. I could be like, welcome, it's Monday night. Oh, let me do it instead of like, I'm going to do it like a robot. It's Monday nights. I got the script. I had to write the script real quick. Just wrote it down. Hold on, capitalize the T, dot the I. Here we go. Welcome, Monday night from 8 to 10 p.m. and Tuesday and Wednesday night. That's not how I would say something. I would say it as if I said this. Monday to Wednesday night. No, I would say Monday through Wednesday night. I'm having an argument with myself, and I don't know why I'm starting to sound like, who's that one guy from that movie, bro?
Oh, yeah. What's his face?
Jeff Spicoli.
No, I was going to say Keanu Reeves from Bill and Ted.
Remember when Jeff Louise was in with me, bro, and he did Mike Tyson, bro, on a dime?
Yeah.
So, like, that would be if I looked at you, Bob, and I said, so Mike Tyson, bro, I see you're getting ready for your upcoming fight, and how do you feel about it?
Well, first thing I want to say to you guys is this, right? The first thing I got to say is I'm going to get ready, and I'm going to come at him. I'm going to come at him hard and fast.
Okay, and so when you say that you're going to come at him hard and fast, what does that mean in a literal sense, Mike?
What that means, Mosh, thank you for asking. What that means is that what I'm going to do is I'm going to ball up my fist, right, in this here glove, and then I'm going to just swing it at him like I don't like the guy.
What do you say, Mike, to the people that say that you shouldn't be boxing due to your past rape conviction?
Well, what I say to them is, I respect your opinion, and I'm a changed man. I've done a lot of soul searching. I've done a lot of talking, and furthermore, don't meet me in an alleyway because I will mess your day up.
Some people say because of people like Beatbox Bob, Mosh Jelton, and especially Mikey Flaw, that could have contributed to the heinous acts that you committed when you were younger because you listened to the Mosh Jelton Show. What do you believe about that, Mike Tyson?
Everyone and anyone should always listen to the Mosh Jelton Show. I don't care if you're a child, if you're an adult, if you're a grown woman, if you're a mailman. I'll fight you. If you don't like the Mosh Jelton Show, don't see me in a dark alley.
And Mike, I don't have much left, but one thing I wanted to ask you is, what do you think is the best part about listening to the Mosh Jelton Show?
It makes me not want to punch people.
That you think is the best part?
The best part is whenever, Bob, he does his news, and then Mosh, he does these things, and then Mikey, oh, God, I love it when Mikey says words. He's my favorite Mikey.
That's funny that you said that, Mike Tyson, because my final question would be, if you had Mikey Flaw, rather, in the ring, and Mikey Flaw was naked, and you were naked, and you had no rules by any kind of law or government, and you could do whatever you wanted to do to impose your will on Mikey Flaw while he's sitting there naked, supple, and ready to go, Mike Tyson, what would you do, sir?
I would tear him up. He's got a sweet, slender body.
He does have a sweet, slender body, but that's Mikey Flaw. That's Beatbox Bob. My name is Mosh Jelton, and you can catch us live Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night right here at themoshdjeltonshow.com. And we're also, Monday, we're on, that one place called RadioSt.Pete.com. And Wednesday, we're on the Internet Radio Network. Also, Monday, we're on the Internet Radio Network. But what you also need to understand is Tuesday night, tomorrow night, not only do we do our 8 to 10 show live, but we also have a show that is 11 p.m. to midnight, and that's on 96.7 FM in St. Pete. So that's 96.7 FM, Radio St. Pete. That's Sunshine, St. Pete, where local music lives. We love you. And Mike Tyson, anything you got to say?
Thank you for having me on your show, Mosh. It was a real pleasure.
From the frozen tundra of Tampa Bay, who the hell writes this crap? You've got the Mosh Jelton Show. From Tampa Bay to the world.